Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of BORSOG trading. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently down 0.96% to 23,137. Ethereum is up 3.71% to 1585. We're going to do a quick run through of the crypto market. This is very valuable information that you can refer back to at some point in the future. BORSOG trading is unlike hodling or dollar cost averaging. BORSOG trading is designed to get you into the flow and natural rhythm of the market by just using coffee money. Once you're inside the flow of the market, you can start small and then scale. There are always opportunities inside the crypto market, even on the reddest of red days. And crypto is so incredibly volatile that what starts off as a blood red day can turn green. The key is to keep looking for opportunities. And that's why we look across these variety of different cryptos in the different crypto sectors. I'm seeking to keep you aware of how different sectors are moving. What you will find over time is you'll get into the flow of the crypto market. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth in the process. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. I love sharing this time together. So let's get into it. To prime ourselves for profitability in the crypto market, we have the CTKS creed. I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities in life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG, buy on red, sell on green. Life pullbacks give me strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. We know that currently Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity, so let's have a look at the main markets. When we look at fear, what is the VIX doing? We can see the VIX has decayed down. Now, what does this mean to price? When fear actually recedes, optimism increases, and optimism drives price. And we can see price is being driven up at the moment. Now, what does this mean to Bitcoin? Because that's what we're all about. We're a crypto channel, so we're into Bitcoin because we know that it impacts your alts. If you're ever wondering what happened to your alt, why it moved in a specific way, just look at Bitcoin. Point the finger at Bitcoin because Bitcoin did it in all probability. Now let's have a look. Bitcoin retraced. The US markets also retraced using the NASDAQ 100 as a proxy. And look at this, Bitcoin came up a little, but look at the NASDAQ. That came up a lot. What do you make of this difference? Please let me know in the comments. We can also see that bond prices are rallying up to this resistance level. What about bond yields? They're rallying down, they're collapsing down. What happened to price of gold? Gold is finally getting it together. Oh, Peter Schiff will be so happy. He'll be jumping up and down. And what is happening to the DXY, the US dollar currency index? It's currently fluffing around at this level. It can't figure out for the life of it what it's actually doing. And what do we notice with oil? It's bypassing a level of resistance. It's starting to accumulate buying pressure. It's very, very early days. It may hold, it may break, but the concept is it is there. And what do we notice with junk bonds, high risk bond investments? They're spiking up. What is the relationship between junk bonds and the major indexes? Please let me know in the comments. The reason we do this, it's all about active learning. Having been a lecturer for many, many years in first and second year statistics, it's really important that people learn actively. If you just sponge everything up, that's a good thing. Being a sponge is fantastic, but you have to be active. If you're not active, you won't remember. And we do deep dives across all of this in TM6 inside the Masterclass. And Masterclass students, you will get my live chart in TM6. Inside the Masterclass in LV19, I explain this particular chart. Now, what is it? Basically, we're looking at major stock market indices throughout the entire world. What I've done recently is to show you a line of resistance across the Nasdaq, the S&P, and the Dow. You can see that the Dow is just starting to get above, and the Nasdaq is retracing. It looks like we're going to get a breakout on the major indices, or at least in the case of the Nasdaq, a retracement to this line. This is quite positive, but always have your three-way strategy. Know what you will do with your trade and your portfolio if price goes against you, goes nowhere, or goes for you. Consider the going for you as the third option. Just think of the red light, amber light, and green light at the traffic lights. That's what we call BORSOG ANF, against, nowhere, and for. Remember, you control the trade or the investment, but the market controls the return. The market will never know any of us, so we can't demand anything of the market because it doesn't know us. Let's have a look at Bitcoin's price and see what we can determine. Bitcoin is currently trading at 23,168. Let's seek to understand what's happening with Bitcoin's momentum at the moment. We can see it broke through some levels of support. And what happened? It literally came down to a level of support at 22,647. And what did it do? It bounced up to another level of resistance. The price is just above, or just pretty much at, that level of resistance right now. What is that level of resistance? It's 23,167, basically where Bitcoin's price is. There's another level of resistance above at 23,551. Now, what are we expecting to happen to Bitcoin? We're in a sustained uptrend, but we can get some data from the options market to help us to understand what's cooking. We can see that the max pain levels, and max pain is just the price point at which the majority of options expire worthless in the options market. We can see the max pain price for tomorrow was 21,500. It's gone up to 22,000. That's a positive thing because we know max pain moves with price. But what about the next day? The max pain price of tomorrow, of the next day after tomorrow, is actually 23,000, and this is the level expected for the end of month. It's really interesting when we look at max pain yesterday. It was coming down, but we see it's just pumped up a little bit. This is what happens with max pain. It's always being varied. Over time, it goes up or down depending on where price goes. But it's very, very good to look at this, and it's just one more little fact, one more clue in your detective notes. Several days ago, we saw that the shorts were turning around. It looked like the shorts would enter the market, and that is exactly what they've done. Now look at the longs. It looks like the longs are going to get back into the market too. It looks like we're going to get a spike up. If we do, we could get a short liquidation, which could push price quite high. We also need to be aware that the shorts could come in at a heavier rate because they really want to defend this line. They want to push price down. And there's nothing wrong with pushing price down because price is always moving in a wave. It's always going up and down and up and down, and we take advantage of those waves. I'd like to give a call out to CryptoTurtle. CryptoTurtle did really well, made 7.8% in 3 hours on prom. That's fantastic. I love to see the community profiting on red days. And don't forget, yesterday it was pretty red. As yesterday was such a red day, I put out a tweet on Twitter showing the market like this, and I did 2 trades, and these trades combined took in a little over 10% and a reasonable profit, and this was just within the span of about 5 hours. The markets can be red, and you can see in the background, this is Bitcoin's price. You can see Bitcoin starting to plummet. That's where I actually got in. Of course, I could have got in a little bit lower, but I was just so caught up with other things. I unfortunately didn't get to the time to do it. But the concept is, if you know when to buy and when to sell, you're going to do really well. And that's why I invented BORSOG trading. It's not like dollar cost averaging. BORSOG trading is literally getting in and getting out in these current market conditions. This one is in VidT, and I also did a couple of other trades that I shared as well. I raised this because even though the market was coming down, I wanted to show our beloved global family there are always opportunities inside the crypto market. Don't buy into the narrative of crypto winter. Don't buy into those things. What we do, we love skiing, so we're there. This is why I share Rule 570, Psychology Sets Profitability. Inside the masterclass, you gain the skills to basically be a firefighter inside the crypto market. It's important to have the right mental outlook. And you can get that outlook by actually understanding all the different components and how markets fit together. Now let's have a look at the liquidations. Over the past 24 hours, there's been 197.06 million in liquidations across 65,022 positions. And in the last 24 hours, about 50% of total liquidations have been short. Liquidations over the past 12 hours, it increased to about 67%. What about the past 4 hours? Whoa, nearly 91%. And what about the past hour? It's dropped down to 52%. Please let me know what you think this means in the comments. This is part of active learning. And when we look on a daily basis, we can see that the shorts have been marginally more hit than the longs overall, and that reflects that 24-hour period anyway. And when we go back in time, we can see that shorts and longs are always getting whacked by each other. It's just the nature of the crypto market. Another data point that can really help us to understand crypto and where it's going is the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. It's kind of like the VIX, but for the crypto market. Yesterday, Crypto Fear and Greed was 31. Today, it's 34. What does this signify? Please let me know in the comments. Haha, just kidding, I'll tell you. What it actually signifies is that confidence is returning to the crypto market. When we get more and more confidence like this, it actually drives price up. But also, always keep in mind the price is always moving in a wave. Let's have a look at the greatest gainers over the past 24 hours. CRV up in front, up 17.2%. Synthetics up nearly 12%. Atom nearly 12% as well. Rune a little over 11%. Matic up nearly 6%. And Convex, CVX, just a little bit over 5%. What about the greatest losers in the past 24 hours? Clayton up there number 1, just a bit under 4%. Doge a bit under 3%. VET around 3%. Waves 2.7% down, KCS 2.6% down, and XTC around 2.5% down. I'd like to send a big congratulations to Evan. Well done on finishing the masterclass. And as you can see, Evan had a lot of support in the comments. Well done, Evan. And well done everybody that's finished the masterclass. It's just a testament to your dedication and commitment. Yesterday, I asked the beloved global family about patience. Jess said, patience is all about the timing. It's not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. Thanks, Jess. Nenad said, being involved in the crypto market has been building my patience. One of the most, if not the most challenging tasks to help my patience grow. I found that walking slowly feels much better than walking fast. I'm not in a rush as I used to be. On your Nenad. Thank you also to Oscar. Patience is one of humanity's unique abilities. Because we realize time exists, we have the option to be patient. We can choose to delay gratification or suffer pain to achieve something. Being patient is a key virtue because human civilization is built by applying it. Western culture expresses this in the Christian motive of patiently carrying the cross, shoulder your burden and carry it forward. Warren Buffett said poignantly, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Regarding crypto, we have to be patient with our entries and our exits. Be patient, my friends, with yourself and the world. Good will come from it." Absolutely brilliant, Oscar. Oscar is so very, very insightful. And there's one thing that I think is incredibly insightful. It's this suffer pain to achieve something. That is absolutely and utterly brilliant. We do have to suffer pain to achieve things. Think about when you go to uni, you suffer the pain of having to sit through classes and suffer the pain of not being able to work or just working after class and so many different things. It's really hard to achieve something. And where there is no pain, there is no... Please let me know in the comments. We can see that very tight support line that I drew up yesterday. Bitcoin is just holding on to it. But what if it dips down a little bit more? We actually have, because this is a tight support line, we actually have a bit of wobble room around this. But we need to keep our eye on this. If it continues to rally strongly up, well, that's fantastic. We don't want it to go too much down. And we have to think about what the shorts are doing at the moment. They're piling into the market. They feel that the markets will come down. So of course, when they pile in, they're expecting profit. And when they come out, they've either suffered losses or they don't have confidence. And the same is true with the longs. Exactly the same concept applies. So we need to keep our eye on what's happening here right now. Let's have a look at Bitcoin's gravity and enhancing your pattern recognition. What do you see here with Ethereum? There is actually something quite interesting happening there. I'm not going to point it out. I hope that you can see it. Just let me know in the comments. And what do we see with Binance Coin, obeying Bitcoin's gravity? What about XRP? Look at that bit of a shoot up there. Fantastic. And what about ADA? ADA is just pinging with Bitcoin's gravity at present. Solana, very, very much stronger than Bitcoin's gravity. What about Doge? Stronger, above, and reflecting the directional correlation between Bitcoin and Doge. What about DOT? It's just ADA and DOT have been hanging out. They're like best friends at the moment. JK Secret said something really good about patience. My favorite thing to do these days while practicing to be more patient and waiting for my BOR prices to fill, that's buy on red, is to go draw up a few charts with the CTKS method, often first re-watching the lessons in the masterclass. Every time I do this, I learn something new that went over my head a previous time. The masterclass is like a gift that keeps on giving. Thanks, JK Secret. I'm constantly surprised and delighted by how the crypto I'm analyzing obeys the lines. They're the CTKS lines. It's so valuable for later days when I might want to buy into that crypto and I've already drawn up the lines and I have insight into its personality. It's fantastic. Those lines, just like what we're seeing with the NASDAQ and so many other things, they're very, very powerful. And of course, when you do the CTKS lines properly, they're absolutely gold. Ooh, Bitcoin. JK Secret talks about marking up the charts, understanding the personality of the crypto, and says, "This helps me build my patience muscle and get better at waiting for price to come to me. Hands down, a better strategy than FOMO." Well done, my friend. I'm learning to trust the process. This means if I've done the work and placed my orders, I need to trust my efforts and use patience to wait for the fills. Well done, JK Secret. That's really, really good advice. There were so many beautiful well wishes to Kate. I just wanted to thank you all on her behalf. That's just so lovely. Free Dentist said, "Patience is a positive tool. I have learned to use it to my own advantage. I used to confuse patience with hope, which in many cases led to disappointment." That's really quite profound. Patience is all about putting in the hard work, having that positive excellence, the commitment and dedication. And Free Dentist is very, very clever. Saying that patience is not hope is very, very good. Thank you, Free Dentist. Over time, we need to better understand some situations where we must and will draw the line at some point. Practicing with coffee money also helps me with that. Sometimes price moves away from the purchase price, a way to become more patient until the price turns, or you can learn better risk management by also pulling your buying average down. Very good advice. And Free Dentist said, all learned from Kate here, also a bit from Ken. You're a legend. And Brett, thank you very much for your insight. Patience is a window into the future. You decide what you want. Very clever. We have all been on the instant gratification roller coaster. Do you feel gratified or lacking something? Well, that something is achievement, reaching goals, being successful in a life without patience is like eating junk food. You might be filled for a while, it might be satisfying your hunger, but you will never really have the taste of a good meal, never really and truly be satisfied. And in the long term, it is slowly going to poison your mental and physical health. Wow, powerful words, but very, very good, Brett. Think and focus on your goals. Achieve your goals with meditation and patience and reap the best rewards that you can imagine. Just beautiful, my friend. Brett raises something incredibly important here. Eating junk food or eating food that's not nutritious. As we're young, when we're young, we don't really care. It's so yummy. Yeah, let's get into it. And it's cheap. But the concept is as you grow older, all that junk food catches up with you, as does the drinking and all sorts of other things. Lack of exercise, for example. When you get older, actually focusing now on eating well, sleeping well, doing exercise every day. These things are incredibly important. And especially sleeping well. And thank you to Reverend Jim Jones. Believing is seeing. That's really, really intelligent and very important. The truth is, you only see things when you believe it, truly deep down. It's incredible. For example, a lot of people don't believe that buying on red is a good idea. They've been taught by the stock market not to do it. But this is crypto, and getting on the right side of the percentage, when you know what you're doing, of course you need knowledge. You just can't mindlessly apply something. You need a lot of knowledge to do it. Being like a firefighter, getting into that burning building when everybody is running away from it, and you can make really, really good gains, as was seen in a couple of those previous trades that were shared today. That the concept, believing is seeing, is really, really good. Thank you, Rev. I like to say that patience creates payment. You can think of patience as patience. It's going to pay you in the long term. And that's why I always suggest that everybody do active learning. Active learning is actually a form of patience in motion. It's very, very powerful, and it will make the difference for you personally and in every other way. Let's turn to our community favorites, synthetics, just rallying up with Bitcoin's gravity and overextending it. This shows a lot of power in SNX. CRO moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. We've seen Secret Network having a little bit of weakness, but now it's starting to realign with Bitcoin's gravity. Nexo had a spike up and has had a plummet down. You have to be very cautious of these spikes. They're the best things to sell and not to buy until you become very, very professional, but always be careful with those. Those spikes are dangerous to buy. Sort of like a triple diamond black run on skiing. And hey, we're supposedly in crypto winter, so we should be skiing, but just be careful. EGLD, we can see stronger than Bitcoin's gravity, now starting to align with it. IOTA picking up strength and rallying up. And Steam looking quite interesting actually. And what do we see with LDO? LDO is starting to lose a bit of power. Will LDO form a particular pattern that leads to a downward price momentum to about $1? That could be a pretty big momentum shift, but we know that cryptos are always doing this. They're going up and down and up and down and up and down crazily. And if we get on the right side of that percentage, we can do really well from it. As professionals, we apply Rule 829. Percentages, not price. Percentages are your key, not the price. When you actually analyze your trades and look for targets, please focus on percentages. For example, if Bitcoin goes up 10% and XRP goes up 10%, but Bitcoin is worth say 23,000 and XRP is worth 36 cents, which one do you make more money on if they both go up by the same percentage? Please let me know in the comments. And which one is more attractive to buy? And just keeping a quick eye on TVL, or total value locked in DeFi, is currently 85.86 billion, up 0.47% in the last 24 hours. Please let me know, where do you think Bitcoin is going to? What particular letter or what particular number? This is all part and parcel of active learning. Active learning will make the difference in your profitability, guaranteed. And also, don't forget that we're getting close to coming into the weekend as well. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and to the CTKS ambassadors for assisting Masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global KS family. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use, and also links to the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. Please seek out an ambassador to get 80% off. You'll find those links in the description of this video. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care, and see you next time. Bye for now.